Exclusive, Dolphins explore Jalen Ramsey trade in strategic offseason. Move in a bombshell revelation that could dramatically reshape the Miami Dolphins' defensive landscape. The team and seven-time Pro Bowl cornerback Jalen Ramsey have mutually agreed to explore potential trade options. Multiple NFL insider sources confirmed exclusively to our network. The strategic exploration comes after two tumultuous seasons with the Dolphins, during which Ramsey was acquired from the Los Angeles Rams in a calculated trade involving tight end Hunter Long and a third-round draft selection. Despite receiving two contract restructures since his arrival, Ramsey's future in Miami appears increasingly uncertain. Contract complexity. A deep dive. Ramsey's current contract presents a fascinating financial puzzle. He remains under contract for 4 additional years, with guaranteed money terminating after the 2025 season. His 2025 salary structure breaks down intriguingly. Total salary, $24.2 million guaranteed amount, entirely secured base. Salary, merely $1.3 million, predominantly bonus-structured compensation. Salary cap implications. The potential trade scenario creates multiple complex financial pathways for the Dolphins. Pre-June 1st. Trade scenario, salary cap impact, rises to $25.2 million, allows draft pick compensation. Immediate financial restructuring required. Post-June 1st trade scenario. Salary cap impact drops to $6.7 million, remaining $17.5 million carried into 2026. Limited draft compensation opportunities. Defensive depth concerns. Ramsey's potential departure would significantly challenge the Dolphins' defensive backfield. With Kendall Fuller already released and promising young talents like Kader Kohou primarily slot-focused, the cornerback position becomes critically vulnerable. Current cornerback depth chart: Kader Kohou, slot specialist. Young, unproven talents: Storm Duck, Ethan Bonner, Cam Smith, Roy Cooper Jr., Isaiah Johnson, Jason Mater, Artie Burns. The broader context: Dolphins. Off-season transformation. Ramsey's potential trade represents another seismic shift in a turbulent off-season for Miami. Calais Campbell's departure to Arizona Cardinals, Jevon Holland signing with New York Giants, Terron Armstead's retirement ongoing. Uncertainty surrounding Tyreek Hill potential trade value. Market analysis evaluating Ramsey's trade market proves challenging. Despite his undeniable talent, his history of frequent team changes and recent performance variations complicate valuation. Most realistic trade projection. Likely compensation: mid-round draft pick, second or third round. Potential player exchange. Opportunities. League sources perspective. Anonymous NFL executives suggest the trade exploration indicates Ramsey's potential desire for a new environment, Dolphins' strategic roster reconfiguration, mutual recognition of evolving team dynamics. What's next? As negotiations potentially unfold, the Dolphins face critical decisions: maximize trade value, address immediate defensive needs, maintain competitive roster structure. Fan and expert speculation. The NFL community remains divided. Some view this as a calculated rebuild, while others see potential roster destabilization. Conclusion. A pivotal moment. Jalen Ramsey's potential trade represents more than a simple player movement. It symbolizes the Dolphins' ongoing transformation, reflecting a franchise willing to make bold strategic decisions in pursuit of long-term success. Stay tuned for continued exclusive coverage of this developing story. Hey Miami Dolphins fans, ready for today's bombshell news and red-hot last-minute rumors? Buckle up, because today's story will leave you jaw-dropped. So let's dive right in without further ado. Tyreek Hill is firing back with the force of one of his touchdown sprints, and he's defending his partner in crime Jaylen Waddle with everything he's got. While vacationing in Greece, yes, our cheetah knows how to live, Hill couldn't help but notice some absolutely wild trade speculation circulating online about his fellow wide receiver. "My boy Waddle is the future," Hill declared emphatically on social media. "He's better than I was at this point in his career." Those aren't empty words coming from arguably the most dangerous offensive weapon in the NFL today. When Tyreek Hill says someone is better than he was, you'd better believe that's the highest praise possible. This passionate defense comes after former Dolphins VP Mike Tannenbaum sparked controversy on ESPN by suggesting Miami should consider trading Waddle to the Kansas City Chiefs for cornerback Trent McDuffie. Let me repeat that. Trading Jaylen Waddle. The same Waddle who just became the first player in Dolphins history to rack up 3 consecutive 1,000-plus yard receiving seasons. And he did this while missing 3 games. Just imagine what those numbers would have looked like with a full season. The man is just 25 years old and hasn't even hit his prime yet. Tannenbaum's reasoning? The Dolphins might need cornerback help if Xavier Howard departs, and the Chiefs could use another weapon for Patrick Mahomes. On paper, maybe there's some logic there, but in reality, Hill's reaction says it all. Ridiculous. What makes this whole scenario even more fascinating is Hill's selflessness in his comments. He and Tua were special before me, and will be special after I'm gone, Hill added, acknowledging that the Waddle-Tagovailoa connection was already lighting up the scoreboard before the Cheetah even arrived in Miami. Let's get real for a second. The Dolphins have built something special with this receiving core. When you have 2 wide receivers of this caliber, you don't break that up. You build around it. You nurture it. You let it terrorize opposing defenses for years to come. Waddle is entering the final year of his rookie contract, but Miami has options. They can exercise his 5th-year option or, and this seems increasingly the smart play, lock him down with a long-term extension. The young Alabama product has proven his worth 3 times over, consistently producing despite sharing targets with one of the league's most dominant receivers. What Tannenbaum and other analysts might be missing is the cultural impact of this duo. The Penguin and the Cheetah aren't just statistical powerhouses. They've become the identity of this Dolphins offense. They embody the speed-first philosophy that head coach Mike McDaniel has implemented, and breaking that up would mean starting from scratch with a core aspect of Miami's offensive scheme. And let's not forget, Hill knows firsthand what it's like to be traded away from a championship-caliber team. Perhaps that experience with Kansas City makes him even more protective of his teammate facing similar speculation. The beautiful irony here? The trade suggestion involved sending Waddle to the Chiefs, the very team that decided to move on from Hill. Can you imagine Waddle and Mahomes teaming up while Hill watches from afar? Not happening if Tyreek has any say in the matter. To be clear, there's absolutely no indication that the Dolphins' front office is seriously considering moving on from Waddle. This appears to be purely speculation from analysts filling the offseason, content void, the kind that gets star players checking Twitter while relaxing on Mediterranean vacations. So what do you think, Dolphins Nation? Is Tyreek right to shut down these trade rumors so aggressively? Do you believe Waddle truly is the future, as Hill suggests? Has any other wide receiver duo in Dolphins history generated this much excitement? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear from every fin in the sea on this one. And if you're enjoying these exclusive Dolphins updates and insider perspectives, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single breaking story. The offseason is just heating up, and we'll be here to bring you all the latest from Dolphins headquarters.